Hey guys, Master Piercy here. I just wanted to let you know something that's pretty interesting, at least to me. I've been hanging out at the studio a lot lately, and I did something really phenomenal, really crazy. I started doing actual work, just like doing work, like paperwork, cleaning, setting the studio up to open. And so I think my body's gone back to autopilot mode, and it might be time to open the studio again. I'm thinking August 1st, 2020 is what I'm thinking. Because I know that they say everything's okay to open, but I'm kind of looking at this second wave. It seems like everywhere I look, there's a place over there and they had an outbreak, and there's a place over there and it had an outbreak since, we've been in phase two. And they say they're on it, and they have been making people self-isolate, and they've been catching people at different events, barbecues, and things like that. So I am pretty worried about that, and in Kung Fu, it's going to be pretty tough. So I still think it'd be a good idea to get back to training, as long as we mitigate the risk. I don't know how you guys would feel about wearing a mask while training. Not something I personally want to do. I'd have to give it a try, but I think it's something that we may have to consider. Even though if someone were to come into the studio with COVID, then they might not spread it around or as much. So plus it's good for the common flu and just getting sick in general. But yeah, we have to train with a mask, and that's kind of the unpleasant thing. Our studio is usually never overcrowded, not too much, but if it were to get crazy busy, we might have to start refusing people at the door or making reservations, that kind of thing. It's something where I'm kind of worried. I'm just worried that second wave is going to come. We're going to do all this work to get open. I'm going to call all you guys, tell you it's going to be, hey, it's time to open, and then guess what? We're not open. We're not set up. So yeah, I'm pretty worried about that. That's what I'm thinking of. Although it's looking more and more, I've seen a lot more places opening up. I've seen places getting busier and busier. But I kind of wanted, if you're a student here, leave some feedback. Would you be willing to train with a mask? Do you want the studio to open full time? Or we could just open part time, say just in the evenings. I know the evenings guys are really good at that, but the afternoon guys would miss us. What do you feel about going back into private lessons? It depends on how many people come back in the first week or something. We'd have to manage that, but we might be able to do lots of private lessons, or might have to schedule them out. We're encouraged by the guidelines to clean between every class, so that doesn't leave a lot of room for private lessons. So that's doing those deep cleanings, washing the studio down. Although those guidelines are getting more and more relaxed, it seems day by day. It seems that as they relax those guidelines, the cases are going up. And if we have a massive outbreak or something, it's then they're going to shut us all down again. So something I want to be responsible. Also, the online classes, what do we do with those? Do we keep? Some people are loving them more than the in-person classes. Not everyone, but for some people that have the long drive or whatever, it's saving them so much time. So do we keep doing the online classes and the in-person classes? We might be able to do that. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, do we keep doing online? Do we do part-time in the school, part-time online? What are we gonna do? Because I'm thinking we're gonna set up for August, and I'm really looking forward to it. Leave a comment. Any of your thoughts, anything that I missed regarding this COVID crisis and reopening, and even if it's not your real name, trust me, I'll know if you're a student, because we know who we are. But yeah, so you don't have to leave. I know sometimes YouTube makes you leave your real name. Some people aren't comfortable with that, but even if you leave it on some other account, I'll generally know it's a student. And even if it's a good idea, even if you've never trained here, it's not like I won't take a good idea. So yeah. How have you guys been doing in the quarantine? You guys been doing all right? You guys been doing some training? You guys been lying down watching lots of Netflix? Have you been enjoying it? I've met a lot of people that are like, yeah, this is good. I hope it stays this way. Like they say that I'm probably maybe the first person ever to say that on YouTube or on, yeah, right, or on in any kind of public forum. But I met a lot of people that are like, yeah, I kind of hope it stays this way. I hope things stay quiet. Rush hour keeps going nice and slow, and people aren't running around, rushing around, worrying about who makes more than what or doing this and that. What I found is even myself, I've been spending a lot of time with family and spending a lot of time with friends, like real quality time, because we're not rushed. We're not thinking about, oh man, I got to be up tomorrow at 8 a.m. and it's going to be back to the grind and da-da-da. So yeah, there's been a lot of people who have been enjoying it. I have been loving it as a person who likes to be alone and be isolated. This has been great. I've been coming down to the studio and being alone for hours and hours on end. And sometimes Mr. Lamb comes down and we're here together and we spar. But quite often I'm here all alone. And it's not so bad. Yeah, I could definitely get used to this. Let me know if you guys are used to it, if you guys are liking it, or if there's something you like about it, if there's any silver lining. Obviously, I'm not happy people are dying. I don't want a single person to die. And that's why, even though the government has told us now for the last couple of weeks it's okay to be open, I still haven't been open, and I won't be open until minimum August. And that's pending if anything goes wrong. If the cases start spiking, if anything goes sideways, if the government has to, I hear in some places in the States they're having to, and I don't want to get political, but they're having to re-close down. And I know in Alberta it's not the same, and no, we're not even getting hit as bad as Ontario, and Ontario's not getting hit as bad as Quebec. And I'm very grateful for that. But I'm kind of worried about a second shutdown and what kind of effect that would have on the morale of the students, the morale of the instructors, the morale of the whole place. I just want, when we open, to be able to stay open indefinitely or for, the foreseeable future. Obviously, you can't predict the future, as we all found out. But, yeah. So that's where I'm at. And I just wanted to say again, if you missed it in my last YouTube video, that you are smart, you're attractive, and everyone loves your personality.